Hi! Today we're going to look at the GP 2013 web client. And we're basically working in GP 2013. The only difference is we're using the web client instead of having it specifically installed. So I'm using Internet Explorer to do my GP work. Now I have purchase order, or the purchasing series, pulled up, and I have my inquiry window for purchase order processing documents pulled up. And I'm looking at one particular vendor, one particular PO, and I'm looking at all transactions for it. So I have this PO out here, PO 2075. Now let's take a look at it. We'll open it up, and here's the PO. And if we take a look specifically, we'll see that there were 100 scanners ordered and sent to the warehouse. So we have 100 scanners. Now also here's where we can see the shipment, where we received the invoice and received the shipment. I have one return out here, and if I take a look at that, you could see I had one item return. So we're going to pretend that as we continue sorting through our 100 scanners, that we found one more that needs to be returned. So let's go ahead and do that return now. So in my purchasing series, under transactions, I'll choose return transaction entry. And you can see the web client is not so different to work in than the rich client, if you will, the local install. So I'm going to choose, in this particular case, I want to send it back, so I want to return it, and I want to receive a credit back against my vendor account. So I'll tab through the next field, which will give me just a return number, which is that unique identifier to distinguish this transaction from any other transaction. So this return or purchase order receipt from any other one. So I'll enter in my RMA number or a credit number if they've given me one, and we'll enter in 4009, a date. I'll look up my vendor. I'm not going to put this in a batch. There's the vendor that I'm sending it back to. And I do not want to replace these goods, since I'm going to go ahead and just get a credit back. So the first thing I'm going to do is look up which purchase order number it came with. And it was on this 2075. You can see it, my other purchase orders that have items out there as well. Now if you do not use project, you will not see project number or cost category, nor will you see billing type, billing rate markup, or accrued revenues. So we'll just skip over to item and do a lookup on the item. And at this point we'll see all the items that are on that PO. So this is the item that I'm interested in. And then over on the next field, receipt number, we'll do a lookup, and we'll see all of the receipts that we had against that PO. Now all of our items came in at one time, and you can see now it shows me there are 99 left available. And that means that because I've returned one, I had 100 minus the one I've already returned, so that's why I have 99. My unit of measure, how many do I want to return? Let's say I found 2 more, and we'll tab past that, and it's going to ask me which serial numbers I want to return, which one. So we'll just select these 2. Now one of the things that you'll notice that's very cool here is I was able to use my Windows Select key, so I could select multiple items at the same time by just clicking on the Control key, selecting the first one, and clicking the Control key and selecting the second. I could just click Shift and drag arrange. So if this one and this one are the 2 I want to return, I'll insert that. I'll click OK. And there are my line items. So all I have left to do is post. And then my inventory will be reduced by that amount, by 2 items, and my vendor will receive a credit for that amount. Now when we get to the posting journals, one of the things that we're going to see here, let me go ahead and just print that template, and the rest of these will cancel. Now it's prompting me because I am on the web client. Do I trust the application to save files to my hard drive? And I do. And it's where do I want to save it? Yes, I want to save it. Where do I want to save it? We'll click Save. So now let's take a look. Let's take a look at what we saved. Here we go. We'll open this up. Let's shrink it up so you can see it. There we go. So here is my posting report saved in a Word document, saved on my hard drive. So that was a little bit about entering in a return in GP 2013 Web Client. And you got to see the new feature where I can multi-select more than one serial number at a time, which is very cool. Oh, and by the way, my data, I don't know where my data is stored. I'm using Microsoft Azure, which is a safe and secure way to work in the cloud. Hope this helps.